So what people food can you feed your dogs? I'm Dr. Lindsay Butzer, a small animal veterinarian, and we all know that skipping meals isn't great for your dog, especially if they're a growing puppy or they're going through chemotherapy or they're sick and they're not eating. So it's really important that we make sure our pets are getting the right nutrition throughout their days. And we don't want to forget thanking this video sponsor, which is Pet Meds. So you guys can shop online for your pet's medications, and I'll put their link in my description below. Welcome back, guys. So you guys are probably here because your dog is skipping meals or not eating or being a picky eater. So I'm gonna give you guys a list of people food that you can add to your dog's food to help stimulate their appetite, and some other tips and tricks you can use too. So before I let you guys know the human foods you can try, I wanna show you guys how to syringe feed in case you are in a dire situation where your dog is older, going through chemotherapy and isn't eating at all, or even if you have a toy breed puppy that's not eating and you need to get nutrients into them. I train my clients how to syringe feed dogs. So I use a critical care diet, and you can get this from your veterinarian. You suction it up here and you simply open your dog's mouth and syringe feed it to them like that. And this is really important to know how to do this and to even have this in your toolbox to get your dog some nutrition, to get them to eat if they're not eating. Yay, getting some calories. This is exciting. So before we get into the human food again, since I'm a veterinarian, I want to encourage you also to use dog foods. So try mixing in wet canned food into the kibble, and that might just entice them to eat. My dogs love eating the stew formulated diets, so you guys can try that out. All right, here is the list of human foods you guys have been waiting for. Number 1, add warm water to their kibble. Simply having the kibble soak up that warm water makes it more palatable to them. Number 2, add plain shredded boiled chicken or turkey to their kibble. Use a paper towel to absorb any excess grease. Number 3, steamed white rice. Simply stir in some white rice into their kibble. Number 4, goat's milk, which comes in a carton or canned, and you could pour this over their kibble and it really entices them to eat. Number 5, chopped up boiled eggs. This has a scent to it and dogs simply love it. Number 6, shredded mozzarella or Parmesan cheese. Some owners pad this at the bottom of the bowl and put the kibble on top to entice their dogs to eat. Number 7, low sodium chicken broth or bone broth. You can also warm this up and pour it over their kibble. Number 8, turkey meat or deli meats. I don't typically use these all the time because of the saltiness if your dog has heart disease, but if they're not eating at all, sometimes these meats will get them to eat. Number 9 is bland Greek yogurt, and make sure that it's plain and has no added sugars, and make sure it is not sugar-free. Number 10 is using baby foods, or you can use canned tuna or canned chicken chunks. Last but not least, I like to use cooked fish options. My dogs love salmon, so you can feed them salmon or mahi. Don't go too crazy with swordfish and other things with high mercury, but salmon is a great option to use. It's smelly and dogs really like it. So you want to avoid feeding them anything with grease. You don't want to put a ton of oil on their food. Actually, you don't want to do that at all. No butter, no bacon grease, no fat, none of that stuff. Even though it might entice them to eat, that can cause them to get a nasty pancreatitis, which can actually be deadly to your dog. So don't feed them anything greasy or fatty. And if you do notice your dog vomiting, getting sick, still declining, bring them to your veterinarian and have them help you out with other options. The last tip I'm gonna give you guys is hand feeding. And this is something I actually had to do a lot with my puppy Elsa. She did not want to eat on her own and it was so frustrating. I had to sit there with her on the carpet, fill my hand with kibble and hand feed her, and then she would eat her entire meal. Super frustrating and time consuming but this is something you might have to do for a period of time with your stubborn dog. And even for your sick dog, hand feeding is very comforting for them, and they might eat from your hand if they're going through chemotherapy or something like that. I suggest trying to hand feed them. So now if you're in a desperate situation, consult with your veterinarian because we do have appetite stimulants that they can prescribe for your pet. There's something called mirtazapine, which is a pill, and then we have a liquid called Entice that we can give to your pets to help them eat. Some people ask if we can use a steroid, but prednisone has side effects, even though it does make them really hungry, so that's not something I like to grab first to help your pets eat. All right guys, so if you learned a ton from this video, please hit that thumbs up so it circulates to other desperate pet parents like yourself. And like always, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to get notifications for when I post new videos, and I hope to see you back here next week when I post another video. See you guys next time.